Hi there. So recently we've been speaking to a lot of farmers who've been having trouble finishing off the sugar beet harvest. And it's no wonder because many of the soils out there have been quite waterlogged after a fairly wet autumn. So I thought we could start today's video by taking a look at the soil moisture time series for a couple of sites in the east of England. So we're looking at Rydholme in Lincolnshire and Fincham in West Norfolk, and just comparing these two sites. So this is the time series of soil water content, and you can just see here how it varies. This starts in 2019, so you can see here how it varies with each season, so lower in the summer and then higher in the winter. And I just thought we could do a quick comparison and see sort of how they're faring this year. So you can see here in Rydholme that the black line where it is now has just about met that grey line, which is the average for this time of year. And you can see as well, it's nowhere near sort of last autumn winter's maximum. So not faring too badly up in Rydholme, but however, looking at Fincham in West Norfolk, you can see that that black line has already crossed the grey line and is above it, so above average, and also exceeding what we did get last autumn winter as well, which was quite wet. So notably wet in Fincham. So if you've got soils like they have there, it's no wonder there's been some trouble with the sugar beet harvest this year. So let's see if we've got any better weather on the way for you then. So this is the start of the day on Wednesday. We've got an area of low pressure to the north of the UK and a cold front sort of draped across northern England and Wales to start off the day. But as we go through the day, that front will spread southeastwards, generally sort of becoming confined to southeastern parts of England as the day progresses. Elsewhere we'll have a few showers in northwestern parts, but there'll be plenty of dry and sunny weather as well. Just something to sort of think about. That front could linger a little bit longer than the model is currently showing, so you could still see a few spots of rain even as we head into Thursday. So do bear in mind you could see some longer spells of rain here at times, but otherwise as we go into Thursday we have got high pressure building from the west, and with that does come the risk of frosty mornings as well as some mist and fog patches, but generally bringing more settled conditions with lighter winds following as well. And that will continue sort of into the weekend as we go. Still a few spots of rain possible in the southeast as we said, and also in the northwest on Friday, and a few showers possible in many places on Saturday, though I expect the model is overdoing it slightly. Just the thing to bear in mind is the risk of mist, fog and frost patches during the mornings. So let's take a look at the spraying conditions as well. And with that rain on Wednesday morning, as you can expect, not much across England and Wales, but as that high pressure does tend to build, we do get a lot of those green colours over the map showing ideal spraying conditions, which is great news if you're looking to get some spraying done. Not so great in terms of drying the ground out for the sugar beet harvest. We generally would benefit from stronger winds, which are more efficient in drying the ground out. But if you're looking to get spraying done, it's great for you. And as always, we do appreciate a bit of dry weather when we do get it. So if you have any questions about the forecast, if you're looking for some windows to get some spraying done, the best place to come is our forecast hotline. We're open from 6 AM till 6 PM every day, and the number to call is 09065 777675, and we'll be happy to answer any of your questions with calls costing £1.55 a minute plus network access charges. So let's take a look a bit further ahead. This is our chance of a dry day table. It's just showing the likelihood of dry weather as we go forward in time. So you can see over sort of Tuesday and Wednesday, those green colours, not a great chance of dry day with that rain and showers in many places. But as we go forward, as high pressure builds into Thursday, we get a lot of these brown colours on the chart, indicating a high or a very high chance of a dry day. So thank you, high pressure, for that. That looks great. You can see a few of the green colours still in sort of northern western parts, so indicating it might not be such a sort of a certain deal in places here. But as we go into next week and we get another area of high pressure building from the west into the beginning of next week, we do hang on to those brown colours in across England and Wales. Looking a little bit further ahead, so sort of you could almost draw a line from sort of the middle of next week onwards. It does look like northern and western parts will return to slightly more unsettled conditions, with a few more of these green colours becoming widespread across the chart here. However, across sort of southern and eastern parts, things are a little bit sort of closer to normal really. So a medium chance of a dry day is somewhere in the middle. There'll be some drier intervals, I'm sure, but there'll also be some showers and spells of rain at times. So a hint of a return to slightly more unsettled conditions from sort of middle of next week onwards. So also very important to look, okay, what is going to happen to the soil water content now? So taking a look at the potential water gain or loss for Peterborough. So you can see as we go sort of through to the end of next week, we're really only looking at sort of around 5 millimetres as an average for that ensemble, 5 millimetres of water gain in the soils. So in the grand scheme of things, that's not looking too bad. You can see a couple of the ensemble members are going a little bit higher than that. There's quite some spread in the forecast, so just something to bear in mind. There's also quite a few going lower than 5 millimetres and even some of them slightly below 0. So we could have a good picture, and all in all, it could be much worse. So let's finish off with the monthly forecast. I thought we'd start this week by taking a look at the jet stream. So sort of over the next couple of days and into next week, we've got quite an amplified pattern in the jet stream, some strong areas, and we've generally got a branch of the jet stream going to the north of Europe and a branch of the jet stream going to the south. This is allowing areas of high pressure to build sort of in between those two arms of the jet stream. So that's helping to settle things down for many places. You can see those areas of high pressure there sort of extending across Europe at times, and with the sort of the effect of drying things out as well. So a lot of those brown colours over the map indicating drier than average conditions for much of Europe. Looking at the temperatures, it looks like we'll have some cooler than average conditions in the sort of west-northwest of Europe, but elsewhere, particularly over Scandinavia, temperatures do look to be above average. Now looking into week 3, a bit of a change. It does look like the jet stream will kind of dive southwards across Europe. So that tends to act to push areas of low pressure to the south. You can see we've got quite a large trough of low pressure across sort of Western Europe. So the majority of areas of low pressure tracking this way, but generally a sort of more unsettled time for these areas. You can see with those green colours across sort of southwestern Europe, this is where the majority of the areas of low pressure will be bringing spells of rain and showers. While over here, over Britain, you can see we've even got some drier than average conditions in the north as that jet stream steers the areas of low pressure away from us. But across southern parts, we do have some of those green colours there, so we might get spells of rain and showers at times. In terms of temperatures, it looks like we'll have quite a feed of warm air going into Eastern Europe and Scandinavia, so bringing those temperatures above average, continuing them in Scandinavia in fact. However, sort of further west and across the UK, temperatures are generally closer to normal, if not slightly below average, as we get sort of northwesterly flows at times, bringing in that cooler air. As we go into week 4, not really much change in terms of the general pattern. Things may be sort of easing off a little bit, not such a strong signal, but that trough of low pressure still looking to be sort of overhead or close by to us here across Western Europe. And again, sort of I think with that jet stream potentially moving slightly further north as we go into week 4, those green colours have become more widespread across the UK, so the potential for slightly more unsettled conditions, slightly wetter than average. But across the rest of Europe, you can see that is quite variable. Some areas of green, some areas of brown, so a bit of a mixture for week 4. Taking a look at temperatures, again, not much in the way of change. Those above average temperatures generally remaining confined to sort of Eastern Europe, Scandinavia, while we're generally closer to average, if not slightly below average. So to summarise, we'll have some rain just moving southeastwards through the day on Wednesday, and particularly maybe lingering in southeastern parts on Thursday and Friday, as that front does wave slightly and trails across the southeastern parts of the UK. So don't be surprised if you see more in the way of showers or spots of rain here. But otherwise, we have got that high pressure building into Thursday, bringing us more settled conditions, but also the risk of mist, fog and frost patches. High pressure will remain close by as we go into the first part of next week, but further ahead things do become a little bit more unsettled, although confidence is rather low at this stage. Thanks for watching another Weatherquest farming forecast. As always, we'd love to hear your comments, suggestions, any feedback that you've got. Please do get in contact with us on social media, or if you're watching on YouTube, leave a thumbs up and a comment below. Thanks for watching.